All right, guys, I'm going to get started. If you could just do me a favor, and on the bottom of your screen, you should have an option to mute yourself, just because I'm going to record and share, and I want to make sure it's a clean recording for everybody. So if you could just take a second and make sure that you're muted. At the end, you'll have plenty of time to unmute if you have any questions. But I want to start because it is 9 o'clock, and I want to respect your time because I know it's late. So first, I have to say a huge thank you. Thank you for taking your time to get on this webinar tonight. Thank you for joining our open house, if that's how you heard about it, or listening to the coach that invited you. Thank you for having an open mind and being willing to just learn a little bit about something that's changed so many lives. And hopefully you've been able to, start or have your own experience with Team Beachbody. And so thank you for putting your trust in us. So my name is Kara Harvey, and I'm going to start with telling you a little bit about my story, and then I'm going to give you some details about coaching, what it is, what it isn't, what it could possibly be if you wanted it to be. So what I'll do is I'm going to kind of flip through, and again, if you have questions at the end, I'll unmute it. So I'll start talking a little bit about me and my story. And when I think about my story, it started, I guess, when I was back in middle school. I got picked on a lot. I remember these moments, and it makes me cringe to think about, as I'm pregnant now with a daughter, that I hope she never has to go through bullying like this, but being called thunder thighs and ugly and, not feeling accepted because I wasn't pretty enough or thin enough. And it started pretty young. I think I've been dieting probably around 10 or 11 is when I started. And, I know I had asked my parents for help, but they didn't really know what to do, and they didn't really cook much. So we did a lot of eating out. We did a lot of those little single pizzas or little Debbie cakes and those types of things. It was a lot of processed food. I remember being a teenager and asking my parents, begging them actually, to send me to a weight loss camp one summer. And they just looked at me like, you're fine. This is just how we eat. And that's kind of when I sunk into a pretty deep depression. I think I was about 14 or 15 when it started. And I was very unhappy with the way I looked. I really, really hated myself. And those are just hard words to say, because from when I was about 14 till when I was about 26, when I started my health and fitness journey, that's kind of the bubble I lived in. I would hide in pictures. I would fake a smile. I would pretend that everything was fine, because in my head I thought, I'm already the fat girl. Who's going to like the sad fat girl? And so I pretended like things were okay, when inside I was so miserable. I was very unhappy. I dealt with some pretty severe anxiety. I had periods where I entertained suicidal thoughts, and I just didn't love myself at all. And I never thought anyone would ever love me. So I hid the way I felt, and I wound up using food and alcohol as a numbing mechanism to make myself feel better, because, I thought, if I could just drink enough to numb it, then I won't realize that they're laughing at me and not with me. And so when I was 15, I started drinking pretty heavily till, like I said, I was about 26, and I wound up eating and drinking my way into obesity. And, if you asked people who knew me at that time, I think a lot of them wouldn't have any idea. And honestly, I've hit some roadblocks with some of those people who I think don't believe some of my story, because they say, oh, you were never like that. And I wasn't like that because I masked who I really was, because I didn't like who I really was. So after college, I was about 200 pounds at my heaviest. I'm about 5'1" and 3/4, because those 3/4 matter. And I was unhealthy. I was tired. I just had zero energy. But I buried myself in work because I was a teacher, and I was a good teacher. And I thought, I'm going to be good at something, and so I might as well bury into work. And so I worked my butt off. I worked long hours, and I was working for the weekend so that I can enjoy the weekend and party and, enjoy that type of lifestyle. And when I was at 26 is when I hit kind of a rock bottom moment for me. And I said I was done with this. I was tired of my face being swollen and broken out. I was tired of being exhausted. I was tired of not remembering the night before. I was tired of wasting an entire weekend hungover because that was all I did. And I was broke. I was spending a lot of money on convenience foods and alcohol, and I was done with it. So I he was my boyfriend at the time, my now husband. We were doing a Biggest Loser contest at work. And so we both decided to do Weight Watchers together. So we did Weight Watchers, and I had lost a little bit of weight, but he had lost 30 pounds. And I thought, well, this isn't fair. Like, why did you lose so much more than me? And he said, well, I'm doing the Weight Watchers, but I'm doing P90X. What are you doing? And I said, well, I'm going to the gym. And let's be honest, going to the gym meant walking around, staring at stuff. I wouldn't touch a weight. I think I'd seen people do the elliptical, so I was going to do that. And I would waste 90 minutes of my day pretending to play at the gym. And so he said, well, why don't you try these Beachbody programs? And so I was like, all right, let me give it a try. Because I had also done some running, and I really liked that. But I hated going to the gym because I got really red in the face when I worked out. I was embarrassed. I thought people were staring at me. So I was like, all right, if I could do this at home, I will. And I will be 100% honest. I bought my very first program, Turbo Jam, on Amazon because I was cheap. And I said, I'm not going to pay for another DVD that I'm probably never going to use, so I'll just buy it used on Amazon. And I actually just found out recently that I didn't even get the whole program. I didn't know until they came out with Beachbody On Demand and they had the whole program on there that, I got gypped. So, be careful what you buy on Amazon, because I was wondering why I was doing the same 2 workouts all for a month. But I found that I loved it. I loved Chalene Johnson, the trainer in the video. I loved Beachbody. I started going to the message boards, talking to people. I loved the community, and I was starting to see results. And so I wanted to do my second program, which was Chalene Extreme. And I went to Amazon because I didn't know anything about Beachbody coaching. I didn't know what a Beachbody coach was. I just knew I wanted a program. And so I went to YouTube to look up success stories because that motivates me. And I came across on YouTube, and thank God every day that I did, my coach, Hillary Kelly. And I saw her journey with Chalene Extreme, and I just really connected to it. So I went to her Facebook page that was linked on her YouTube, and I Facebook stalked her for about 3 months, maybe more, before I said a word to her. And if you're chuckling right now, that's because maybe you Facebook stalked the coach that invited you onto this tonight for a decent amount of time. And don't worry, it's okay, because we all do it. So maybe about 3 or 4 months, I finally got the courage to talk to her. And she told me about her challenge group, and she told me about Shakeology, and I said, no, thank you. Because for me, I had done every diet pill, every quick fix in the book. And I was like, listen, I'm not going to pay all this money for another shake that I'm not going to use or I'm going to fail at. I didn't want to invest in myself. To be honest, I wasn't ready. Didn't believe in myself. And so I'm so thankful for my husband again, because he bought me a bag of Shakeology for my birthday that year. And I drank the bag, and 30 days later, I was absolutely hooked on how great I felt. I had so much energy. I was drinking before this maybe 2 Monster Energy drinks and like a cup of coffee or more a day just to get through my long teaching days. And I didn't need those anymore. I was spending so much money on fast foods because, when you're tired, you just eat a lot more. Because I was so tired, Shakeology cut so many of my cravings. And so I was able to kind of look at my budget and see where I could not eat out or buy that Starbucks coffee or that. Those Monsters are like $3 each, right? And for $4 a day, I got a meal replacement. So I told Hillary I was ready to join her group, and that was in July. And so I joined her group with Turbo Fire. And by now I had seen some great results. I was down about 30, 40 pounds, I think. People were asking me, if, what I was doing, and I felt really good. And so one day I was at the grocery store and I couldn't pay for my groceries without overdrafting my account. And that's when it hit me that I was in bad trouble with my finances. And I told Hillary I had to get rid of my Shakeology. And I'm so thankful again that she said, instead of saying, okay, no problem, she just said to me, well, have you ever thought about getting the 25% discount? You never have to actually coach anyone if you don't want to, but at least you can get a good discount and save money. And I said, well, heck yeah, I'm cheap. And I signed up as a coach that day. And I will tell you, I didn't really do anything for the first couple months. I was teaching 60, 70 hours a week. I didn't want to make time for coaching. I just wanted to be on my own journey. But what changed for me was, I went to my very first coach summit, because as a coach, you can get a discount on your ticket or earn it for free. And I saw these people on stage shredding their mortgages. And I saw these people who supported others through 100-pound weight loss journeys and the positive community that I didn't realize was missing in my life. And I came back and I said to my husband, I think I want to do this for real. And I was tired at this point. Working as a teacher in a high-performing charter school, I'm there from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. I'm not seeing my family. I wasn't happy. My anxiety had come back. It was through the roof. And I thought, what happens when, I have a stepson, but what happens when we have our own kids, and what am I going to do? And we talked about it and made the decision that, I would work my behind off to be able to retire from teaching at the age of 30. And so that June, I was able to leave teaching, took a huge leap of faith, and I became a full-time coach. So fast forward, it's been a year and a few months that I've been a full-time coach, and I thank God every day for allowing me to see that this was the choice He wanted me to take, because now I get to spend my days the way I want to. I get to design my life. I get to not worry about putting my baby that's due in December into daycare at all. I get to get a discount on a product that I love and I drink every day. And I get to help other people get started on their own journeys. And whether they want just a discount, or they want to help others, or they have their own financial goals and they want to pay off their debts, I get to help them do that. And with the tools I've learned as a coach, we've paid off over $100,000 in the past 2 years. I paid for my wedding completely in cash, Beachbody cash. And that's amazing to me that even now we've just moved, and then we don't have to worry about buying things or, all those new house things you have to get all together, because my check, I'm able to contribute to my household. And I've been able to supplement and now make more than, and take home more than I was as a teacher, working 20 to 25 hours a week, helping people. And not to say I wasn't helping people as a teacher, but I get to help people on my time. I get to help people in a different way, and I get to help them realize their potential. And it's really amazing. And so that's kind of a little bit about my story. And I want to share now a little bit more about our team. So our team is called Team Invictus. And the mission of our team is to change the trajectory of people's lives, their families, and their communities through in-person and online support. And what that really means is we use things like social media or free group fit clubs that we run in our communities to change the lives and get people that we know and love started on journeys. We work with people we know, we work with strangers. You might be watching this and saying, I've never met you in my entire life, but I know you on social media. And, that's kind of how I've been able to grow my business. I would say 85% of my business is with strangers, and it's with people that I meet on the internet, which sounds kind of crazy, but it's amazing. And these people have become my family. And so our team is closing in on 200 coaches. When I think about 3 years ago, just me sitting there thinking, oh, I'm just going to get a discount on a product, and seeing how much we've grown, it blows my mind. And we are a group of amazing men and women who really just want to help people. We all love getting a discount on our products, and we love feeling part of a community. And I would say that's the biggest thing, is the community support of the team. So we do a weekly team call. We have online support groups. We recognize each other's successes, and we support each other. If you have something going on with your family or whatever it is, we're there for each other. And it's absolutely incredible. And I wouldn't be as successful as I've been able to be without a team. And they're just kind of my favorite part of my day is getting to talk to them. So that's kind of a little bit about our team. And again, some people work the business full time, like I do. Some people work it part time, like they have a full time job that they love, and so they want to make sure that they, can just supplement an income, make enough for their groceries, or make enough to be able to buy those holiday gifts without putting it on a credit card. Some people just want to get a discount on a product that they love. Some people are interested in replacing their jobs so they can stay home with their families. I mean, it really is, we kind of run the gamut of what we do. And so just a little bit to talk to you about like the company, because sometimes we say Beachbody and people are like, I don't know that. And then I'll say P90X or Insanity and people have an idea. So Team Beachbody started out with home DVDs. Then in 2007, they launched what's called the Team Beachbody Opportunity. And that was when they didn't even have coaches. People were just referring and buying through the infomercial. And they said, wow, there's all these people with great results. Let's make a business opportunity. And then all of these name brands came out that are household name brands. 21 Day Fix right now is our most popular. If you say that to anyone, they know it. Insanity, these are household names. And there are dozens of programs that Beachbody has to offer people. We also offer what's called Shakeology. And Shakeology, we call it our healthiest meal of the day. And the reason I love Shakeology and I drink it every day and have for almost 4 years is because it has helped with my energy tremendously, and it helps me with my cravings. I don't know about you, but I'm a chocoholic, and if I don't have my Shakeology by midday, I'm like, what is going on with my body? Like, why do I want to eat everything? And it's because our bodies need the best nutrients. And so what makes it different is that there's no artificial flavors, there's no artificial sweeteners, there's no crap in it, to be honest. Like, I'm, grown a human right now, and I'm not going to put a bunch of garbage in my body for my baby. And then I can drink it completely safe while pregnant, if I was nursing, any of that. And it's been able to help so many people change the path that their health is on. We also have something for everyone. So a lot of people don't know about this, but we have a supplement line, vitamins, pre-workouts, post-workouts. We have cleanses that are 3 days or 21. We have high impact or low impact workouts. So there really is something depending on whatever your goals are. It's not just the hardcore like Insanities or the P90Xs. So the other thing that's like really cool about Beachbody are the proven results. I saw a lot of these pictures, and I don't know about you, but I thought, yeah, that's Photoshop. Like, that's not real. And then I met some of these people, and then I became a before and after. And I think I said this, but I've lost 60 pounds total. And now, again, I'm almost 8 months pregnant, and I've gained about 25 to 30 of it back, which is totally fine. And I'm still working out 5 times a week. And I know that if it was not for the health and fitness journey I started before I was pregnant, this would be a very different pregnancy, and I would easily have gained back the 60 pounds I lost and more probably. And so know that they're real results. They're proven and they work. And, Team Beachbody's goal is to help people achieve their goals, to enjoy a healthy and fulfilling life. And that's really what it's about. It's about finding yourself in your life. The other thing that's like so special is the peer support. Like I said before, like there was this gap in my life that I didn't realize. And it was that the people in my life were great, but I was just missing people who were driven, people who were like really pushing me to be a better me. And I found that the peer support is just awesome. And coaches are just ordinary people who do extraordinary things, and they help people kind of like, I like to say, like, my job is to help people find their awesomeness and find it no matter how deep down it's buried. And some of the friends that I've made with Team Beachbody are some of the people I talk to on a daily basis, more than I talk to my family. So I want to talk quickly about like what a coach is and isn't. So a coach, you don't have to be a fitness or a nutrition expert. You don't have to already be at your goals. I still had about 25 pounds to lose before I got serious into coaching. And you don't have to be an experienced salesperson, but you should be interested in sharing with others how people can change their lives and achieve their goals. You should also be committed to, we call it being proof the product works, working out, drinking your Shakeology, and improving and developing yourself. The other thing I'll say is, if you are saying, oh, I don't know if I'm ready to help anyone else, I'm still on my own journey, that's A-okay. I tell everyone on my team, if your journey ever starts to falter, because you get caught up in the business or life. Pause all that other stuff and just work on you. That's the number one. But know that as you work on you, what happens is you let your light shine, you share it with other people, and then people get to see what you're doing, whether you say it or not, whether you ever use the word Shakeology in a Facebook post or not, they will see the changes in you. So it's about sharing your journey. I think people relate more to someone who's at the start of, the beginning of their journey than they are later in their journey because they can't connect as much. So know that it's not about selling anything. It's about sharing what you do. It's not about posting a bunch of links on your site. It's about sharing what you do and just asking other people if they want to join you along the way. Some of the greatest benefits of being a coach, the number one is you get to make your own hours. If you decide when you become a coach, you do want to work the business, maybe not just get a discount, but dabble in the business or go hardcore and say, I want to pay off these student loans and I'm going to do it this way. You set your own hours. So if whatever your goals are, you could work 1 hour a week or you could work 40. Like I said, as a full-time coach, I work about 25 hours a week. But I pick when I work. And that's amazing. And, when I was teaching, I already was working 60 hours a week. So I worked 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and kind of like get it in my day when I wanted to. So you can do it however you want. There's no right or wrong because you're your own business owner. I always tell people, I'm not your boss at all. You own your own business. I'm just your business mentor and I can help you with whatever your goals are. Again, if your goals are just to pay for your Shakeology each month, I can help you figure out how to do that. If your goals are to make $500 to pay for Christmas gifts, I can help you figure out how to do that too. But the only one who can make you successful or take your success away is you. And that's kind of a pretty awesome feeling to know that it's in your hands, however much or little. There's never any pressure to do any more or little than you want. But, you have the options to build it online or in person. And again, it's just sharing your passion and attracting people into your life. And again, there are kind of 3 levels of coaching. So we have we call it like a discount coach, where maybe you don't want to really work the business, but you still want to save some money. No matter what, you could save $16 a month and you still get 25% off if you're going to be drinking Shakeology monthly. And then there's some spots in between. There's also a bunch of really cool rewards. So in the most basic form, I'll talk about commissions really quickly. Yes, it is a business and you're able to make money for helping people, which is pretty cool. And so Team Beachbody sets you up with a website. You don't ever have to do any shipping or handling or customer service. Beachbody does it for us. You get a website, and in the most basic, if someone buys from your website, you get a 25% commission. As your team starts to grow, you're eligible each week for different bonuses, which are pretty cool. As the team grows, that everyone can benefit from the work others do. We also have a bunch of really cool trips. Last year, we had a free trip that we earned to Cancun. This year, we did earn the cruise to Jamaica and Haiti, but the baby's going to be too little, so we're unable to go. And each year we have our coach summit in Nashville that new coaches can earn a free ticket to in July. There's a ton of recognition. You can see on the slide some cool Beachbody swag. They're always sending us, some free gifts each month and some development to become a better you. And that's the best part, I think, of being a coach is that I get to work on me. And when I work on me honestly more than I work on anybody else. And it holds me accountable on my personal journey, on my mental journey, and becoming a better me. And that's what the company wants, for everyone to become a better them. We also have a bunch of really cool training. There's a lot of stuff on social media. Like I said, we have some weekly calls. We also have a team training site so new coaches could plug in on their own, work through it on their own pace to learn the basics of the business. And so here are some of the options. So you might be thinking, all right, this sounds good. I'm ready to join your team and I want to, help other people achieve their goals while I focus on mine. So what do I do? So what you could do is you can join, and this is probably the most economical, and you would join with what's called a challenge pack. And what the challenge pack gets you is a bag of Shakeology, so a whole month of Shakeology, and a fitness program, and a month of the club membership, which gets you Beachbody on demand, and they will waive your coach enrollment fee. So it saves you a ton of money. You get a ton of value from it. Now, if you've ever bought a challenge pack before, you can actually pay the $39.95 and then fill in a reimbursement, and it'll be free. So say maybe you've bought one last month and you started your 21-day fixed journey. Well, this month you could sign up for a coach, and then automatically you will save 25% on your Shakeology for the next month and moving forward. You could also just pay the coach enrollment fee and buy either Shakeology or fitness program. But the challenge pack is the one that's going to save you the most money. And I'm not going to lie, that's what I'm about, saving people the most money, because you'll get the workout and you'll get the Shakeology at the same time. Just want to clarify, there's also a $15.95 business fee, and that covers all of our promotions. Beachbody is a household name for a reason. They make the websites for us. We have a coach training office. They do the shipping. They do all the customer service, all that kind of, I don't know. If you don't know how to make a website, well, they've done it for us. So even if you're like, maybe I just want a discount on my Shakeology, you would get your Shakeology on a 25% discount. And even if you add this monthly fee in, you still save about $20 a month on your shake, even if you never make a sale. So it's totally worth it, whether you want to just get a discount or whether you're like, I want to go all in and I want to build a business. So in the next 24 hours, I'm actually going to encourage you to make sure you reach out to the person who invited you, because, hey, maybe they didn't know that you got on, but they're probably going to ask you some questions. They're probably going to say, what did you like most about this presentation? Did it feel like a fit that can help you achieve your goals? And which option appeals to you? So really think about what becoming a coach can do for you. Who could you help and inspire with your journey? And what are your goals? So I'm going to unscreen share and I'm going to stop this recording. But if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. Stay on so that I can answer them for you. Or send me a message or an email at coachingwithkara@gmail.com. I'd love to talk more about the different options or clarify anything that I missed.